Hey, good people. This is the Confessions of a Nail Tech podcast. I'm your host, Rashida H. Muhammad, Nail Tech affectionately known as Ra. I have so much to share with you this evening. Welcome. Let's get started. Happy Tuesday, everybody. And happy Valentine's Day. Today is the day to do something special for that special person in your life, whether it's your children, your dog, your fish, or yourself. Happy Valentine's Day and enjoy the day. We're back. Long time, no chat, but baby, we're back. We're back with more confessions. And today I had this message on my heart and I wanted to share it. It's been in the back of my mind since I started business school, and now that I'm finished, I feel the message is clear, right in front of me, and dead center. And judging by the title of this episode, I'm sure you can guess what we're going to talk about. But before we get into it, let's take a quick break, pay some bills, and we're going to jump right in. So each season, I share stories about my learning moments in the salon. You know, that's what the Confessions of a Nail Tech podcast is about. And I use my platform to encourage nail technicians to keep going. Because trust me, I have been where you are before. So I speak from experience on many topics that we discuss here at the Confessions of a Nail Tech brand platform. So this message was on my heart, and I was updating my LinkedIn profile to reflect my experiences as of late. And I started to reflect on the day that I left the salon. It's a bittersweet story, and I never know when or if it's ever for good, you know? So yeah, I never know if it's for good or if there's ever a day where I'm done and I'm just like, yep, I'm signing off, guys. So I've had the opportunity to celebrate one of my longest standing careers ever, which has been being a licensed nail technician. This month, I get to celebrate 10 years of officially being licensed. So yeah, for me, clap it up. And it has been surreal because I couldn't have imagined the many avenues my journey has taken to get to this point today. If you would have asked the 22-year-old me where I would be in 2023, first of all, 10 years ago was 2012, 2013, because it's still early in the year. And I was 22. And I was really down on my luck. And life hit me with a baseball bat, like ping. I'm not lying. The year I turned 22 was rough. Let's see. I had taken a leave of absence from school. I was in going into my junior year of undergrad. And I had no real direction. And that's normal. I know now that that's normal. And back then I was all over the place. I mean, all over the place, okay? I was newly licensed and a fresh face in the nail tech, the nail salon space right before peak season. And I made so much money during that time that I stayed. I cut my teeth in that first salon. I laughed there, I cried. I even finished school and graduated with my degree in public relations from that salon, from the proceeds from that salon of working. And once I graduated, I still had no real clue what I wanted to do, but it was all a part of the journey. It was the part of me just learning, who I was at 22. I'm not that same woman at 32. Well, woman, girl, child, whatever. I'm not that same person either way. And where I am now, I wouldn't have imagined it. So if you were to ask my 22-year-old self, that probably would have been, I don't know, she probably would have said, I want to be an actress or some other profession that my parents wanted for me. And thank God I'm a rebel with ambition, because leave it to my parents, I'd be a physician or a doctor or some type of physical therapist or veterinarian. My mother always wanted me to be an actress, but hey, yeah. I left the salon shortly after graduating, and I decided to get what is considered a real job. And I'm doing air quotations because let me tell you something. There is no such thing as a real job. There isn't. You can curse me out if you want to. You can roll your eyes at the screen, but I believe that there's no such thing as a real job. And I think that what we're seeing, Generation Z and Generation Alpha, they understand this perfectly. And take it from Ra. Auntie Ra is cheering so hard for you. I am cheerleading really hard for you, because I think classifying jobs is a thing of privilege. And it's another tactic, I think, to use to discourage people from finding their greatness. I do. I think classifying jobs it's a privilege. It's a way to discourage people from finding their true greatness, because entrepreneurship is hard. So true, not everyone's going to own a business. I'm not condoning that at all. But just think about how many people started their business late, and I'm guilty of it. I'm one of them. Started their businesses later, or kept teeter-tottering between, or what they thought was a real job and what was their passion. So by the way, there will be a lot of tangents this episode, because these are reflections and things that I wished someone was telling me along the way as I went through these storms. So I got a real job, air quotes, working Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I was miserable. Sorry, that's my reminder. I was miserable. I enjoyed having my weekends, but I missed the hustle of the salon. I enjoyed the stability of a paycheck, but the hustle and reward for working for yourself has always had my attention. I'd work Monday through Friday until 4 and take on clients after working by starting a mobile nail salon. While I was in school, I did an internship with Erie County's Department of Equal Employment Opportunity. And I was able to sit in on meetings where businesses were certified minority and or women owned, which consequently gave me access to business plans and networking events and how to start a business. So I used that, and I used what I knew to start my first business, which was Pinky Promise, which was a mobile nail salon, and I was the sole proprietor. This new venture gave me so much joy because I was in control of what I was doing, how much time I spent with my clients, and how much product I used. So business was amazing. And I was able to leave my air quotes real job to be my own boss. However, I had that air quotes real job fear creep back up, and I listened to it. My clientele grew, but I was a one-woman show. And this job was physically demanding, with lifting and bending and stooping for hours at a time. Because you have to think, I was doing manicures, pedicures, and acrylics, mobile. And I had to carry, and I have it was a traveling pink and silver suitcase that the top compartment had 1,000 nail polishes, maybe not 1,000, but it had a lot. Nail polishes, powders, acrylics, liquids, and of course, all of my cleaning products. So I'm carrying and doing all of this. And now that I think about it, that was kind of a security risk because somebody could have saw me coming and robbed me, but thank God they didn't. Thank God they didn't. But anyway, I listened to that and I returned back to the office, but I took clients infrequently. So I still somehow remained attached to my relationship with nail technology along the way. And I kept my relationships with all my clients. And I also referred them to other salons where I knew the owners or the nail technicians, because even so far back then, I understood that this industry is so vast and growing that there's room for all of us. And with that, we're going to take a quick break so I can continue sharing my story. Yeah, we're going to do that. Hey there, good people. here's the section where we acknowledge you and give you the huge, biggest, most welcoming shout out ever, because without you all, there is no Confessions of a Nail Tech podcast. And I dedicate this section of the podcast to you for finding me and subscribing and sharing your stories with me, because again, without you, there is no me. So starting us off and kicking us off is the Fufu Room. Shout out, welcome to the village. Shout out to Lonnie_T_artwork. Hello, welcome to the village. Shout out to Change Your Life by Coco. Welcome. Kama Nails by Karima. Hello. Shout out to Beauty Blessings. Shout out to Nintendo. Now, Nintendo, his story is amazing. And yes, I dropped the beans already. He is a male nail technician. This is something that you don't see. And more importantly, he is a Black male nail technician, which is also something that you don't see. Make sure you check out his story, because I stumbled upon his story through doing some research. And it's just amazing. So check him out. Nintendo. That's NEN10DOE. Nintendo. And also shout out to Brit_Hokey. They are in the same salon space. So welcome. Shout out to Friends in Beauty. Now this young woman is doing something amazing for the industry. She is cross-connecting members in the beauty society from all walks and aspects of beauty enhancement. So shout out to you. And I hope we can cross-connect. Shout out to A.Starlight.Lounge. We're in the same area. So shout out to you. I hope to cross-connect with you soon as well. Illusion_Day_Spa, Annie Marie Reeds, M_Nail Arts with a Z. That's Maddie's Nail Artistry. Welcome to the village. Welcome Seven the Slayer. Hello. Welcome to BK Shar ATL. Welcome to the village. K_Nail Tech. Salons by JC Walnut Creek. Hello. Hello to Phoenix Shop Phoenix Nail Co. That's Phoenix FENIXX Nail Co. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Nail Bodega. Hello. Welcome. Bienvenido. Shout out to Solace Nail Salon, their new page. Shout out to Naillicious_brand. Hello, Loana. Shout out to Playhouse Nails _Mother Myra. Hello, how you doing? Welcome to the village. Shout out to Kimber Kisses by Tanya. Shout out to Caramel Kisses by Kimber. Shout out to Fly.Girl Certified. Get your fitness on, because we do touch on that. This is Heart Health Month, so make sure you subscribe and check her out. Make sure you're keeping yourself right and tight, because sitting down, yeah, we need to get up and get those steps in. Shout out to Only Obsessed Cosmetics. Welcome to the village. HC_Pro.Lash Tweezers. Hello, welcome. Oh my goodness, you all, I just really appreciate this right now, because you all have showed up and showed out for the Confessions of a Nail Tech brand and Nails by Ra. Shout out to Arcelia_Kyla9. Hello. Shout out to Just Angel Nails. Candles by Kai. Nails by Tasha Lynn. Hello. Shout out to Arcelia Arrows. Nailed by Kayla. Nailed by Lonnie. Dolled by Nia. 31 status_beauty. Hello, Sarai. Welcome to the village. I am so happy to have you here. Sarai found me in a nail tech group on Facebook, so join it if you can. It's a nail tech community. And she has been rocking with me ever since and has dropped some amazing nuggets. And actually, after the robotic manicure episode, went and tried out the Nails Like Clockwork. So make sure you check her out. Shout out to Shayna24_. Shout out to Creature of Leisure_shop. Shout out to Kai Prop Nails. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but shout out to Kai Prop Nails, KIPROP Nails. Shout out to Wicked Nails and Skin, Set It Up Nails. Shout out to Tatiana Espy. Shout out to Blend_Nails. Hello. Shout out to Love_Kamisha. Polished by Patrice. Patrice, and Polished by Patrice also has a podcast, so make sure you check her out as well. Shout out to CharmingNow_. Hello. Shout out to Valiente Perla. Hello, welcome. Shout out to Nails_Beauty827. The _royalty_nail_bar. Hello, Raven. Welcome to the village. Shout out to LA Beauty and Educator at Conservatory Salon. Hello. Welcome to the village, Auntie's Nails and Beauty. Welcome to the village, Art Junkie Nails with a Z. Shout out to A_list_entertainment. Hello. Shout out to Nails MS Studio. Shout out to Dashboard Beauty. Shout out to Sunflower Nails Arizona. And shout out to Nail Tech Event. of the Smokies. That event is actually happening in July in Tennessee. So make sure you look up. I'm going to continue to post about that. And I didn't realize how long this was getting, but I really appreciate each and every one of you. And I wanted to acknowledge each and every one of you. I mean it. Shout out to Cosmo Beauty Bar DC. Shout out to Nailsfication. Shout out to Blossom Tree Social. Hello. Shout out to Lorna_Marine Nails. Hello there. Shout out to Beauty Department. Shout out to Melanie_Timely, Katie's_Beauty Bubble. Hello. Shout out to Elena_VYR. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but hello. Welcome to the village. Shout out to Friends_Beauty Box. Shout out to Spa Professionals Guild. Welcome to the village. Shout out to Beauty Boss_HQ. I promise we're almost done, but I want to acknowledge each and every one of you, and I mean it. Shout out to Screamin' Beauty SA. Shout out to National Beauty Show UK. Shout out to Jeannie K1287, Raba3207, and 6_Kai. Shout out to Pookie Bear 0625 of Pookie's Polish. Hello, welcome. Shout out to Merch. Shout out to the Nail Oculist. Welcome to the village. Shout out to Bizarre Bika_Nails. Shout out to Gifa Brie. Hello. Shout out to Aquanel and Beauty, Professional Beauty Direct. Shout out to Nails_Gallery 177. Shout out to Nails by Miss Jocelyn. Shout out to I So Love Feet. Hello, welcome. We have some special things for you on the Nails by Ra page. Shout out to Claws with a Z Salon Studio _Claws. And certainly, last but not least, shout out to you for listening. I appreciate you so much. And again, without you, there is no me. So make sure you're connected with us on all of our social media platforms. Search at Nails by Ra. We're on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. And also make sure you visit us at www.nailsbyra.com and visit us at Confessions of a Nail Tech podcast. Until next time, ciao. See, I told you there's room for all of us, and I acknowledge each and every one of you, no doubt. So where did we leave off? That's right. We left off, I entered corporate, or air quotes, got a real job again. And I stayed in the loop of nail technology throughout the entire time. I still did nails infrequently on the side. And I shared my expertise, so much so that after leaving New York State, I was also licensed in the state of Georgia, which was awesome. I share that story at length in season 1. And when I moved to Georgia, I was doing a couple of things. For one, I was keeping up with my own nails to stay sharp. And then 2, searching for a salon to work in. When I first moved to Georgia, I had interviewed, and I can't even remember the name of the salon anymore. That's kind of bad. But my first interview was with a Black-owned nail salon in Smyrna, Georgia, I believe. I think they were in Smyrna. Yeah, they were in Smyrna. I don't know. But they were, there was, I think it was called Beauty Mark. It was something. But I was excited because the owner had a family from Buffalo. And so I thought we had a connection there. And then after a while, I went in for, of course, the interview and the demo day. And that was uncomfortable, to say the least. It was uncomfortable because the salon aesthetic was very posh and upscale. But for ergonomics, so ergonomics is the way that your workstation is set up and things that are meant to support you when you are in the work environment. So whether your chair, the position of the chair, the way it supports your back or supports how you're sitting, the ergonomics was it was not comfortable. So the service I ended up doing was I had to, the girl wanted a pedicure and a full set. So I had to do both. But the pedicure, she had gel polish on both. So, I wasn't prepared for all of that on my demo day, but hey, I did it. And I was personally uncomfortable just because of the ergonomics and the way that the distance that the manicure table sat from the actual chair. It really was set up like a bar like a bar where you go to get alcohol, minus the alcohol, but it was set up in that way. It had the same bar stool tabletop setup. And the pedicure chairs were very posh, but again, uncomfortable for the operator. So I took that into account. And then after the demo day, I wasn't sure if I even got the job because no one gave me any feedback immediately. So I'm waiting. And at the time I was a substitute teacher at Atlanta Public Schools, and I was trying to get into my passion. So shortly after, I interviewed again for another salon, also in Smyrna, but closer to the stadium. And I got that job. I enjoyed the vibe. The owner was very nice. And I stayed with that position for some time. I experienced the highs and the lows, cried and grew with that business as well. And they were also like family. And this was the day I broke up with the salon. We hit a slow season, and another salon opened a few doors down. Now, the owner was trying to do a lot of damage control because of people confusing the two salons for one, and then also trying to renegotiate her contract to see if there was a no-compete clause in there. So that way the owner of the property of that retail space didn't have duplicative businesses. So if there was already a nail salon, you couldn't put a nail salon in the business already. If there was already a food, certain type of food, you couldn't put another kind of food like that in the same place. But the plaza went under new ownership, and the new owners didn't have that. So unfortunately, we were left to our own devices as far as what to do. And the business did suffer. It did. The business is actually still up and running present day, but in a different location. However, at that point, I was tired, y'all. I was tired of the highs and the lows, and, almost facing eviction from my home, and, trying to hold on and be a team player, even though I was going through the fire at home too. And that, on top of feeling the pressure from everyone else in the salon space, because we all felt it, we all knew it, that something was getting ready to happen. And one particular day, and I probably shouldn't have done this, but one particular day, there was a client who came in who was the owner's regular, and it was busy. So the owner was multitasking, and I had one client already just finishing up. And so her regular client saw that she was busy and asked if I could do her pedicure. Of course, I said yes, because in the space, our owner set the precedence that no one has clients. Everybody can service the clients. And I've always had this issue with the everybody but me clause that a lot of, I don't know if managers realize they do it or owners realize they do it, but that has always been a pet peeve of mine, because in my experience as a leader, I led by example. So I would never do something that I wouldn't want those I manage to do or those that I'm overseeing to do. So I try to keep everything, or I did keep everything honest. I did keep everything honest. So when the client asked me to do her pedicure, me having that idea that, okay, well, this isn't just one person's regular, this is everybody's regular. You could go to everybody. And the owner, in front of everybody, called herself correcting me. And it wasn't in a nice way. And so that was the last straw for me, because I had watched her do that with other nail technicians, but she and I had a different kind of relationship. And so when that happened, I said, oh, okay. And from there, I started to develop my exit plan. And I think I shared this in episodes 1 and 2. And today will be the last day I talk about it. But I had this on my heart, because in that moment, I had already had it in my mind that it was time to leave as a nail technician working for someone else. And that's what I mean the day I broke up with the salon as a nail technician. Because now in this transition of my life, I'm prepared to be the owner. Okay? You see where I'm going with this? So I share this story because everyone will have that day of reckoning where you're tired of being the horse and you want to be the operator. You're tired of being the train, you want to be the operator. You're tired of being the workhorse, you want to be the operator. And if that's not you, that's okay too. But trust me, you will get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm tired of working for somebody else. And that was the day it happened. It was one of the last days of the summer during peak season. And I knew what was ahead with the slower seasons coming. And I wasn't going to face another eviction. So it was at that point I started to develop my exit strategy. I started interviewing at other places to leave the salon again, and that was the day I broke up. And this was in 2019. The summer of 2019, I started making my exit plan. And by November of 2019, November 11th, I remember that day, November 11th, I started my new job, re-entering, or air quotes, real job, entering into corporate again. And since then, I have not stepped foot into a salon as a operator. So my next journey is as the owner, and I'm speaking that into existence because of the years of experience, staying well connected, and wanting to naturally give back to the nail technology community. The nail technology industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. I'm going to say this in almost every episode so that you understand and that people get it. And when I say people, whomever is listening, the nail salon industry, a global entity, multi-billion-dollar industry, okay? And the plans that I have for the future are amazing because I see it all. And this is not an industry that's going to die down or slow or end at all. People are always going to want their nails done. People are always going to want their pedicures. And I see it as a global industry, in which it is. And the day I broke up with the salon, I broke up with the idea of being a nail technician in someone else's salon space. That was the day I broke up with the salon. Because as the owner, and this part is for you owners, salon owners, you have to pay attention to the way that you treat your employees. You have to look at the way that you treat your teammates. Don't belittle them. Don't try to correct them in such a way in front of the clients to make it look like you're not a team. Because when you do that, it doesn't look like a team. And if we are in a salon where we have no client, one person isn't your client, you share the clients, then you have to work as a teammate. And to have that I'm the owner, I'm the boss mentality in an environment where we're supposed to be team building, it is counterintuitive and it is counterproductive. And I say that and mean it because I have been in the space of management. I have been in the space of ownership. And I see a lot of things that I would not do to my employees because that belittles them and it makes them doubt their abilities. So that person in that salon did me a favor that day because the kind of woman I am does not take kindly to being belittled or made to think that my abilities are not as good as yours. So that was the day I broke up with the salon, So make sure you tune in next week, Tuesday, for a new episode of the Confessions of a Nail Tech podcast. I'm so happy to be back and to be sharing more confessions with you. And continue to follow the conversation on our Twitter page. We always tweet and share what's going on at Nails by Ra, our Instagram at Nails by Ra, as well as our Facebook page at Nails by Ra. And be sure, if you have any suggestions or you want to get on the show, visit us at www.nailsbyra.com and send us a quick note. All right, until next time, ciao. Hey there. I know we covered a lot this episode, but here's a quick recap. The day I broke up with the salon was the day I broke up with working in someone else's salon as a nail technician. That's the takeaway. That's the takeaway. Ask me how. Make sure you visit us at www.nailsbyra.com and check out the Confessions of a Nail Tech podcast, available on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you choose to listen to your podcasts. Ciao. Thank you for tuning in to the Confessions of a Nail Tech podcast. I've been your host, Rashida H. Muhammad, MBA, Nail Tech affectionately known as Ra. Thank you so much. We have so much to share next Tuesday at our new time, Tuesday morning. Check us out on any platform that you use to listen to your podcast. Until next time, ciao.